Islamic banking and finance is a banking or financing activity that complies with Sharia, Islamic law, and its practical application through the development of Islamic economics. The practices of Islamic banking are usually traced back to business people in the Middle East who started engaging in financial transactions with their European counterparts in the 1960s. Since 1975, many new interest-free banks have opened, with the majority of these Islamic banking institutions being founded in Muslim countries. Islamic banks also opened in Western Europe during the early 1980s. Islamic banking and finance includes several modes of banking finance, such as mudaraba, profit sharing and loss bearing, wadiya, safekeeping, musharaka, joint venture, murabaha, cost plus, and ijara, leasing. Sharia prohibits riba, or usury, generally defined as interest paid on all loans of money. Investment in businesses that provide goods or services considered contrary to Islamic principles, e.g. pork or alcohol, is also haram, sinful and prohibited. These prohibitions have been applied historically in varying degrees in Muslim communities to prevent un-Islamic practices. In the late 20th century, as part of the revival of Islamic identity, a number of Islamic banks formed to apply these principles to private or semi-private commercial institutions within the Muslim community. Their number and size has grown, so that by 2009, there were over 300 banks and 250 mutual funds around the world complying with Islamic principles, and around $2 trillion was Sharia compliant by 2014. Sharia-compliant financial institutions represented approximately 1% of total world assets, concentrated in the Gulf Cooperation Council (GCC) countries, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Iran, and Malaysia. Although Islamic banking still makes up only a fraction of the banking assets of Muslims, since its inception it has been growing faster than banking assets as a whole, and is projected to continue to do so. The Islamic Development Bank, IDB, is a multilateral development bank, MDB, established to foster economic development and social progress of its member countries. It was founded in 1973 by the finance ministers at the first organization of the Islamic Conference, now called the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, with the support of the King of Saudi Arabia at the time, Faisal, and began its activities on the 3rd of April 1975. The IDB is headquartered in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and formally opened in October 1975.